Welcome everybody. This is a syllabus overview for Business 101, Introduction to Business. You already have the syllabus. It was emailed to you and it's also available in Canvas. But for the next 10 minutes, I want to give you a little overview of it, go into some more detail on some aspects of it. Specifically, I'm going to introduce you to the course, a little bit about what to expect, talk about the course outcomes, what hopefully you will be able to do when the course is over, how we try to integrate the mission of the college into Introduction to Business, and then very briefly about the different types of assignments we're going to work on in this course, and then a little bit finally about my expectations of you and what you can expect of me. So this course focuses on 6 disciplines of business. So those are accounting, finance, human resources, information technology, marketing, and operations. Most people in business work in one of those 6 fields. We spend 1 to 2 weeks on each of those. We bring in some guest speakers who work in those fields. We try to give you an idea of what it's like to work in accounting or marketing or human resources, and also what some of the skills you need are, what a career path might look like. So again, 1 to 2 weeks on each of the 6 disciplines, plus a fair amount of time on economics, starting with capitalism, the economic system that we use in the U.S., how it differs from other economic systems, kind of the good, positive aspects of it, and some of the negative aspects, and are there things we as future business people could do to make capitalism more effective for everybody? These are some of the other pieces we talk about in the course. And I want you to have learned certain things when you're done, be able to do certain things when you're done with the course. One is just to describe the basic nature of a capitalistic business. Second is to create the pieces of a simple business plan. Third is to begin to formulate a philosophy about the social responsibilities of business. So to start to create your own personal idea about what it is that business owes to the rest of the world. That is a critical issue for the future of business. 4 is to apply the principles of managing people to a business, to learn the basics of how we supervise others and how that contributes to success and profit. And finally, 5, you will make recommendations about business issues based on the Catholic social teaching perspective. So that's a natural segue to our mission integration for the course. So the mission statement for the college is on every classroom. It says the College of St. Mary is a Catholic university, providing access to education for women in an environment that calls forth potential and fosters leadership. Consistent with the work's values and aspirations of the Sisters of Mercy, this mission inspires us to academic excellence, scholarship, and lifelong learning. So that's everything that we do at the college is supposed to carry out that mission. So how you do that in studying business is not the easiest thing to figure out. So what we have decided is, first, we do believe that studying business at College of St. Mary should be different than studying it at a public school. There are certain things that we can do and that we owe it to you to do. And a big piece of that is that we try to integrate the mission into the classroom using what's called the Catholic social teachings. And you will learn about that in class. Basically, it's a set of concerns that the church says we should have for various people and various kinds of things we want to accomplish, and it can help us to make decisions. So how that's going to work is you're going to write a paper about Catholic social teaching for this course. So you'll first be introduced to the concepts, what they are, kind of what the perspective is all about. We'll discuss 3 pretty prominent business issues in class. You'll discuss one of those issues. You'll choose one. You'll write a paper where you analyze it from the Catholic social teaching perspective. And hopefully that's just a good way to introduce you to this idea and what it is. It's basically a tool that you can use to try to make difficult decisions. So let's look at what other assignments you're going to work on in here. You're going to do a short presentation called Tell Us About a Business, where you introduce us to a business that you know something about, the business model, how it makes money, how it serves customers, how it kind of relates to society. You do 2 library exercises where you find articles in the CSM library, and you explain to the class what we can learn about business from your article. There are a lot of quizzes in here, 6 quizzes. They only cover 2 or sometimes 3 chapters in the book. Yeah, they come about every 2 weeks. And the idea is that this is a 100 level class. And if, for example, everybody did really poorly on chapter 4 in a quiz, well, then we need to stop and go back and talk about chapter 4 again, rather than maybe you didn't understand chapter 4 and we get all the way to the end and you still didn't understand it. So it's trying to catch things early on. So this is unusual. I'm pretty sure this is the most quizzes of any business course, but that's a big part of Intro to Business. And then there's one skit where you get into a group, and for example, if you do an accounting skit, you perform a little skit in front of the class, showing the contribution that an accountant could make to a business. And the major type, the major assignment in this course is called the business plan project. So in groups of 3 or 4, you create a fictional new product, something that is fairly realistic, and then you together write a 5-section plan for how you would bring the product to market. So there's a marketing section, there's an accounting section, there's a budget, there's a human resources section, and then at the end of the semester, you put those sections into one final plan, and the last day of class, you give about a 15-minute presentation. And your goal there is to persuade the rest of the class that this is a brilliant idea and that we should invest all of our money in your plan because it's going to succeed wonderfully. A few past examples of products that were created for this assignment. There was a zip lining facility in Colorado, a coffee cart that would be pushed through the residence halls in the morning, a restaurant delivery service for restaurants that don't want to hire their own delivery person, a refrigerator with a glass door so you can always see what's in your refrigerator without having to open the door, a school that offers art and cooking classes in downtown Omaha, and a lot more. These are fictional. They didn't actually start these businesses, but they were fairly realistic. We meet on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 1 to 2:15 p.m. We start on time at 1 o'clock, and I always let you out before 2:15, but we don't get out early very much. We pretty much use the whole class time because that's just it's a precious thing to us. And therefore attendance is extremely important. We'll talk about attendance the first week of class. It's spelled out on the syllabus, but you really just need to be here every time. And if for some reason you can't, you need to kind of talk to me and work it out in advance to keep up. So a typical week is on a Tuesday. We would discuss about half the chapter together as a class. There would be either an individual exercise or a group exercise that you do in class and then report to the rest of us. Thursday, we would finish discussing that chapter for the week. So typically we cover 1 chapter per week. And then assignments are due usually Thursdays by class time. So you submit it by 1 o'clock using Canvas, and then we talk in class about what you did. So my expectations for you are to show up on time every time, unless there's something really serious that doesn't allow you to be there, and to participate in discussions. I don't know what your high school experience was like, but here in my classes we talk a lot. It's a discussion. It's not just me lecturing to you, but we try to have it be two-way. I expect you to submit your assignments on time, and I expect you to ask for help. So if you're just confused by something, that you'll ask me about it, rather than just kind of being confused and not turning in the assignment or turning in something that's not what we want. You can expect from me that I will listen respectfully to you, that I will provide you lots of feedback, and I do tend to give probably more feedback than the average professor, and that I will be open to change. What that means is if something interesting comes up during the semester, I want to be willing to change something we were going to do and maybe swap out one assignment for another, or add an article we're going to read or something like that. I want to be open to that. So in the syllabus, which I said is you have, there are way more details on the point totals that are available, more details on my late policy. There's a schedule so you can see what we're planning to do every class period. There are grading rubrics that show how I'm going to grade your assignments. I do reserve the right to make changes to the syllabus, and when I do, I would always notify you in class verbally and then by email. And these are usually going to be minor changes, but I probably will make some changes during the semester. So to contact me, you can talk to me before or after class if it's something brief. You can send me an email. I always respond within 24 hours, hopefully shorter than that. And you can come during my office hours. I have office hours 10 hours a week. Those are listed on page 1 of the syllabus. Hardly anybody ever comes by to visit me, but when they do, I'm always happy to talk with them. It's great to make an appointment, but I'm usually here during office hours if you want to stop by as well, and I would urge you to do that. So I look forward to working with you this semester. We have wide range of mix of students in here, both mixed by age, by past education level, by business experience. And I find that that's a really good way to learn, is to bring us all together and kind of share with each other what we know. So I look forward to working with you. Let's get started.